Okay, so far we learned how to create a flow that we fill a few fields in a form, we push a button, and that flow sends some information to SharePoint Online and saves it in a list. Another useless flow. Probably you noticed that for this one, I didn't call it useless anymore. Let me give you a little bit of context now. See if it still sounds useless to you. I am a recreational drone pilot. I fly, film, and living in Canada, we have tons of regulations around flying drone. It's not just a toy that you fly. It is a little bit more than that. We have tons of aviation rules. We have to do an exam, pass it, and after that, there are quite a few rules that we have to follow when we want to fly, even as a recreational drone pilot. How is it relevant? Okay, here's the interesting part. Wherever we go to fly, we have to fill a flight log. This flight log includes the date and time that we fly, the location that we fly, some notes about whatever that we consider it as important things, and the exact location, some weather condition, probably the temperature because the batteries are sensitive to temperature, below some certain temperature or above some certain temperature. They don't recommend to fly. So all this information, wind speed and all those things, we have to record it for every flight and have a flight record, which is fine. Now imagine if I want to put all that information in a SharePoint list, what's going to be the hassle? Well, sit there and fill that information. Well, we have to do it one way or the other. We like it or not, that's a part of the process. But with Flow, this job is going to be much easier. Now think about it. Let's go back to the same flow that I created. I really don't need to put location here, because when I'm running the app on my phone or my tablet, technically that app has the locator, and latitude, longitude, city, province, location, and all that information are captured automatically as soon as I push the button. So I really don't need to enter all that information. Weather condition, yes. There are also actions that they can capture the weather condition right after I get that location information. So we can also add that to the same information that I want to add it to the log. What else is left really? Well, probably the mission, some information about, okay, who is the client, if it's a recreational, if it's for business, and all those things. But reality is that not that much information is left to enter manually. So now you see this very simple flow that we created that was just a form, push a button, information goes to SharePoint, can save a lot of time. Well, when I'm really just craving to fly this toy. We have seen how we can capture the latitude, longitude, and all that information. Now let me show you how you can add the weather information to the same list. All right, now let's turn this SharePoint list to something like a drone logbook. So the more fields that I want to add here, first of all, I want to check the temperature. So I put a number here. The field name is going to be temperature, description metric, and the type is going to be number. I'm good with the rest. Save. Other than temperature, when we are flying drone, there is wind speed and gust. I would say wind and gust. I just want to put the number here, so I don't want to make it numeric. I make it single line of text, and I just add two values here just for the sake of demo. And I also want to add the visibility. Let me add another number. I call it visibility. Just save it. And when it comes to aviation, other than temperature, even the dew point is important. So let me add another number, and I call it dew point. Becomes important in cold temperature. So I just click on save, and now I have something like a log that I can put the maybe comments and all those stuff. All good. So category and comments, I just leave it the way it is. It doesn't matter. So let's go back to flow and see where we can get this information. So inside this flow, I click on action. So I want to add an action here, and this action is going to be weather. It gives me the service from MSN Weather, and I can get the current weather for any location that I want. So first we need to specify the location. There are different ways that we can do that. We can put city, region, state, and all those things. The easiest and the most accurate way is using the latitude and longitude from your device. So I pick the latitude, space, longitude. Don't forget this format. Don't put comma in between them. It just requires a space between latitude and longitude. And I don't want to use imperial. I use metric, and that's it. So if I go to the create item now, I have a little bit more columns here. For the category, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to put anything here. Title, I read the title from the control. Comments is going to be the description that you put there. Temperature, I want to read the temperature from the get current weather. Temperature. For the wind and gust, I want to get the wind. So it's going to be the wind speed hyphen the gust speed. And I also want to be good, and I want to put the wind direction right after that in the brackets. So we know where the wind is coming from, the direction, the speed, and the gust, which is going to affect my flight. Visibility is also important because I need to see what is coming around me. I want to say, so I look for visibility, distance, and I put it here. And the dew point is also another field, and I say dew point. Okay, all good. We got whatever we wanted, and now let's test it. I save it, and I click on test. Now the interesting part starts. So I perform the trigger action myself. So the title is going to be sample drone log. Category test, doesn't matter. Comments, this flight is for XYZ mission flight. And I click to run flow. But here is the thing. You see how much information I could collect here? And I just entered maybe the title and a few comments, and that's it. I click on run, done, and the job is done. Happens quite often if you're using your own computer. It gives you some stupid errors because it cannot read the latitude and longitude, but always it works on the device that has the locator. Now let's see what we got in SharePoint now. I just refresh this, and sample drone log. So if I click on it, you get all that information. So you get the title, you get the comments, temperature, wind speed, visibility, dew point, and all those stuff. Just imagine how much time it's going to save from the drone pilot. And it all started by creating a silly, apparently useless flow that inserts an item inside SharePoint.